Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up, guys?
It's May 8th, 2018.
I think
It's
so, right?
Yeah, it is. Okay, it's Josh here and
Rachel.
Okay.
What's your last name?
Taylor.
Okay.
What's yours last name?
Mastrangelo.
Oh, nice. Okay. We got a couple questions here that we're gonna summarize for you guys over our internship. This last block here in Berlin.
Spending a lot of time working for free, but it was a good experience. We gained a lot of knowledge about,
of course,
various tasks
within our internships and stuff. So yeah, these few questions we're gonna have a conversation in right now are over 6 weeks of full-on hard internship hours that we placed here in Berlin. So let's get at it. Okay, so what
does NOC do?
So what NOC does is every year they gather around the best technology and the best gadgets that are coming into stores, and we upload those on our website, and from there customers can just try out the latest technology that they have for that certain year. So for example, here in 2018, one of the biggest one was the Oculus VR, virtual reality.
What does that do?
It's virtual reality where you just put it's like a headset thing, and you can play mini games and things like that.
Is it expensive to do
this? It's very expensive product, but what NOC lets us let you do.
Rent it. Is it expensive to rent it?
To rent it, it's only $5.
Okay.
To sign up to be a member.
Oh, that's
but then
cool.
for every day that you use it, it's only $3 a day.
Okay.
So.
How would you describe the work environment at NOC?
When I first started out, it was I was a bit skeptical about how the people owning the business and the interns would get along. Mm-hmm. But after the second day or two, just being myself and opening up to what I want to learn and what goals I have for myself throughout that internship really opened up that relationship as more than just co-workers and more as a friendship.
That's good. So, what were your goals going into your internship then?
Okay. My biggest goal, more than anything, was wanted to learn new things, but coming to Berlin, I wanted to experience something where I could develop a relationship with the people that were giving me an opportunity to work at their company. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I've accomplished that already. They've already invited me to come back and work with them whenever I want to.
For a real paid job?
For a real paid job, or just to volunteer and see what they're doing and just learn valuable skills that come up in the startup world. Use it for just future references when I want to start my own business and things. So that's very valuable.
Well, that's good. So what did you do on a typical day?
What did I do on a typical day? So I would come in into the office around 9. I would grab myself a cup of water, situate myself at my desk, lay out what I needed to lay out, and then I would just log onto my computer and see what tasks I would have for the day. Uh-huh. And then I would just work away, and then whenever I had any questions, I would not hesitate to ask questions, which is something they loved about me. But yeah, it would be a lot of things with marketing, talking with customers, and just developing relationships where it would attract more customers to come and try out products that NOC would, allow to test out.
Live from the street. Okay. So what
Should
did you?
Go up here?
Yeah. I'm still going. We're gonna have to pop that up.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So what did you? Just turn around. I guess it's hard for me to film you. So what did you like most about your internship?
What did I like most about my internship? The thing I liked most about my internship was how they didn't even... Yes, they saw me as an intern, but when it came to... How do I say? So when it came to doing and finishing tasks up, they didn't just treat me as a stranger, but more like someone that was part of the company and as a friend. And even after work hours, they would text me and see how I was doing, if my day was full of excitement, I guess. They would make sure that I had no trouble, finishing my task for that day. Yeah, just for them.
It's too dark. What did you like the least about your job?
What did I like the least about my job? To be honest, there was nothing that I really did not like. The biggest thing for me was not having more weeks to learn something that I was picking up from these just past 2 weeks that I was just getting the hang of.
What do you mean? Like you would start a task and then not be able to fully finish
Well,
it?
yeah, what I mean is like starting 2 weeks ago, I was getting the hang of doing things around the company, and just having that limitation of 6 weeks, for me, just not enough, the length of time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So
you wish it was longer?
yes, I do.
That's a pretty good thing to like the least. So overall, what do you think that you learned or gained from working at this company? Oh, wow, we just ran into some more interns. That's so funny.
No,
So overall, what do you think that you learned from working at this company for 6 weeks?
Overall, the biggest thing that I've learned over these 6 weeks is being able to go into a different country and be confident with the way that I talk to customers that are not the same culture, that don't share the same culture as I do. Because at first, when I first started speaking with customers and doing demonstration of the products, it would be kind of an awkward situation where German culture would clash with American culture, because I would talk way too much. But as I got used to it, I kind of settled down on my talking and kind of adapted to more of the German culture way. And it really went, it was really a smooth process of just gaining more customers towards the end of my internship, and acquiring them to come try out products for Knock.
So you think that helped you professionally?
Yeah, professionally, just being able to, like I said, attract customers from a different culture and bringing them to the company was something that I'm really proud of, that I learned over the 6 weeks here at my internship.
Okay, well, good job. I'm glad you had a good time at your internship.
Yeah,
Signing
thank you.
off.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Rachel. Well, hello there, Rachel.
I didn't see you there.
Okay, first question I have for you tonight, referring back to your internship is...
Are you making sure the camera's even on me?
Yeah, no, it is on me. Don't worry. So, where do you work at again?
It's a startup called Surplus.
Surplus? Okay.
Yeah.
And what does that company do? Can you explain that for us?
So what they do is they buy food from companies or from grocery stores that otherwise would have been thrown away, and they resell it for a really cheap price to reduce food waste.
Oh, okay, nice. How would you describe the work atmosphere that you have, day to day?
Day to day, everyone's really friendly. I go into work and everyone gives me hugs, and they're all super friendly, but they're also at the same time really focused on keeping up with their work. They're really passionate about saving the environment and reducing food waste and making sure that everything gets done at the end of the day so that we can continue to keep the company running.
Okay. Would you say you get along with most of your coworkers?
Yeah, I do. I even hang out with them after work sometimes.
Oh,
they're really nice. I like them
awesome.
a lot.
Making friends. Okay. What do you enjoy most about working there?
What do I enjoy? Oh, fuck. What do I enjoy most about working there? If I'm being honest, probably getting unlimited snacks all day, but on a less shallow level. It's it's really interesting to see how much food would have gone to waste otherwise. It's actually really kind of astonishing, the size of the warehouse that we have, and getting to see just how many people are making orders and how much of it is going to be shipped out. And I think it's really cool to see us making at least a little bit of a difference towards stuff like that.
Okay. How would you describe your average, working day there?
Well, at first when I started, I was working in an office, and that didn't really work out too well for me, just because I don't speak any German aside from, zwei Tequila bitte, or, Sorry, I don't speak any German. So I was working in their office, and they were just having me like do some spreadsheets and sometimes email people, which really again didn't go too well because I don't speak German.
Yeah.
So eventually they transferred me to work in their warehouse, and I at first was a little skeptical about that. But it ended up being good. They kind of again have me like sorting things out and managing the orders, printing things out, making sure that everything gets shipped out on time, making sure that the inventory is always correct, kind of handling customer service sometimes, still doing spreadsheets every once in a while. It really varies every day.
Okay, nice. So what did you like least though?
Well, to be honest, what I liked the least about it was that sometimes I would go in and they wouldn't have enough tasks for me. Like sometimes I go in the morning and it takes them, an hour or two to even give me a task in the first place. So I sit on my computer a lot, just kind of looking at memes. It's a learning process, but I think maybe if I spoke German would be better. But I think I like the least that they don't seem to be prepared to have an English-speaking intern in the company.
Okay.
Because they have a lot of other German-speaking interns that are kind of in the same boat, but they are always busy, and I am rarely busy.
True. Okay. So we're down to our final question here.
Okay. Drama. Pressure.
So the final question goes, after working 6 long weeks here, and you would say right. Monday through Thursday?
Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 2. Basically 7:30 to 3 if you count the commute.
Yeah. Okay. I'm working all those long hours. So after this long 6 weeks, what would you say your biggest learning point was?
My biggest learning point was probably not necessarily the work that I was doing myself, but getting to observe how they run their company and how much it really takes to run not only a physical grocery store, but an online shop that they run. They do a lot of donations. I mean, not that it's my field, but I learned a lot about warehouse logistics.
Yeah.
And it's a learning process to see how much effort it really takes to make a difference in saving food.
All right. Okay. So you heard it here from Rachel.
And
Final
Josh.
questions and Josh. All right, and then
You heard it here first, folks.
our first vlog. And yeah, that was, our experience here in Berlin. We're happy that we got to learn at least a couple things. And I would say we would both agree that we would want to experience this another time in our lives. So
Maybe in a different country next time.
maybe in a different country next time, actually. Yeah. But for now, we're done with this interview. And good night, guys.
Signing off.
Okay, peace.